What up out there, YouTube heads, travel wolves in the building? Yo, you guys crack me up because your timing, your timing is perfect all the time. Your timing is perfect. What up, YouTube heads, travel wolves in the building? Man, your timing is perfect. You're telling me I'm keeping this man awake at night? No diddy. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Yo, shout out Dirty Mac. Later on this afternoon, make sure you check in for the next live. It's going to be called Richie Mac of Zoom to Thailand is not a black man. Check it out. Coming soon. Coming right today. This afternoon. Right after this live. Let me say it again. The next live after this one is going to be called Richie Mac Zoom to Thailand is not a black man. All right. We about to break it down. That's this afternoon. But you guys with these comments, let me just read this comment. You guys with these comments, you guys are funny. You guys are funny and your timing is perfect all the time. So somebody sent me a comment. They said, Dirty Mac was laughing about you knowing of the bear to troll joke. He watches your streams in case you say his name. Zoom is obsessed with you. You must have really exposed him for something. Dirty Mac said there's some brothers you can't save. He shouldn't talk about himself like that. Not even I can help this man. He really thinks he's something. In the past 2 months, he put in a group multiple cartoon images of you changing your color to white. Keep exposing them. So he's calling me a white man. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I really wasn't thinking about this guy. He's irrelevant. He's a peon. Dirty Mac, you are a peon. Okay. And you shouldn't talk about yourself like that. You're right. You can't save some brothers, meaning you. You can't be saved, sir. You can't. You're a peon. You're a useless midget. You're an unintellectually boring lame. And I swear on my grandfather's grave, if you let L get back on the streets, I will make sure we roast you and she's in every video I can pay for her to be in. I mean that with everything. So you're stuck with her. So I got 2 videos about this guy coming up. Stay tuned. The first video is going to be called, the first live actually coming on this afternoon is going to be called Richie Mac, Zoom to Thailand, is not a black man. Let's get that straight. He's not a black man. He's not black. He will admit to this. He will admit to this. When I do the live this afternoon and you guys ask him, he's saying you're not black. He's going to say, you know what? Yeah, I'm not black. I never said I was black. He's going to admit to this. That's the first thing. The next video that's going to come the next day is going to be called, the next live actually, the next day, tomorrow morning around this time, we're going to do a live that's going to be called, Why You Only Got One Girl? Why You Only Got One Woman? Since you're such this bigger than life personality, Hollywood, Z-lister, whatever you want to think of yourself, why you only got one woman? Why you only got one woman? You should be having 3, 4, 5 sister wives. But that's really a general statement to everyone because these guys are not players. That's what I mean by that. These guys are frauds. They leave a country built on monogamy, go to another country to end up with one woman. Like I said, frauds. If we can identify a fraud as someone saying one thing and doing another, You got one woman. You're a fraud. So that's why we're actually here today. I wanted to talk about how your affiliations with this unintellectual midget, this lame, pathetic excuse of a person, this dirty Mac. And for the life of me, I can't believe you would let a man tell you what to do. So anyone, I don't even know if it's true. Right now to me it's just hearsay. But he's telling people to come troll me. He's going to buy you a beer. So you are selling your manhood to a homosexual man for a 50-cent beer? Really? Is that what you guys are about? That's really what's going on. I don't understand. If you want to articulate to me, I'm willing to listen, but I don't understand where this level of loyalty to a fake person like him is coming from. I don't understand it. But that's fine. You're free. You're free to be a sucker. I can't stop you. Suckers do what suckers say. So he's a sucker and you want to do what he says, I can't stop you. I won't stop you. But I thought, you had a dick and balls like everyone else, so I don't know why you're listening. Can't you buy your own beer? See, all of this is really just towards me. It's not really about him. You guys just don't like someone who's intelligent. You're not intelligent. We know that. You know that. You know that part. You just don't like someone who's intelligent. That's what it is. That's all this is. I can understand that. That much I can figure out. But I wanted to name this live something else, but I decided to go with the name I did because it really just brings home a fact. Okay? A fact is a fact. A fact is an obvious observation. That's what a fact is. It's something that no matter what you do, you can't disagree with it because it's obvious observation. It's a fact. It's not math. It's not philosophy. It's not subjective. It's not biased. It's a fact. And there's two things that we know. As you can see, I got the clown mediocre tutorials and review in his actual authentic look. His actual game face. That's how he really looks. Now, why does he look like that? Well, as you can see, he was on Dirty Mac's channel a while back. I'll be watching too. I like to watch when I'm on the toilet bowl, taking a shit. It helps me get the constipation out. I like to watch Sing the Thailand show when I'm taking a shit. Now, anytime you involve yourself with a negative person, a negative being, all kinds of weird shit are going to hurt you in the universe. Ironically enough, mediocre tutorials and reviews, and this is a problem across YouTube, none of these guys have a journalism degree, a certificate, a course. None of these guys are actual real live journalists. They know nothing about journalistic procedure or anything. Fact check it, anything like that. They're just quick to get a story and they just go with it and then it blows up in their face. This happens over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. So we know that that's another fact. You can't believe anything someone puts on YouTube or Instagram, right? We see this happening a lot, especially when they try to say they're a victim, which is what these guys do. But again, my advice to these guys would be to go on Udemy and take a journalism course. Journalism is not your strong suit. Talking head criticism is not your strong suit. You got to learn how to do it properly, professionally. This whole shit that you can just turn on the webcam and make a lot of money as a YouTuber is bullshit. That's some bullshit. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But anyway, like I said, this guy in the thumbnail, what happened? Here goes the story. Let me get into the story. So I'm not trying to joke. I'm not trying to throw shade on a certain person. So I'm going to leave their name out of this because I actually salute them. But they talk a lot about body game. They talk about how body game is going to define you with women, and everybody thinks being muscular and being they think that shit matters. But does it really matter? Because we know now that money doesn't matter. We know that money doesn't matter with women. You already know that, right? Women are not going to get in line because you make 500, 6,000, because you make 500, 600,000 a year, because you make 2 million a year. Case in point, Exhibit A, Richard Sherman. Go look at what happened to Richard Sherman. Go look what happened to Antonio Brown. Those are just the baseline examples. I could go on and on and on. So we know that money does not make women get in line. So, oops, there goes the whole high value men thing out the window. Throw that out the window with the water, with the baby, all that shit, right? But then we come down to something that most men use as a crutch because, to be honest, they're not educated enough, they're not intelligent enough, they're not dangerous enough to make 250,000 a year legally or illegally, or $1 million a year legally. They can't get to the money. They can't get to the money, so they try to starve themselves and work out and do these weird diets and be in the gym and take a lot of steroids and get biff, get in shape, thinking that that's going to get women in line. Understand, the point of this is to get women in line for you. That's the whole point. But even the real Max got a whole channel where they talk about the problems getting women in line just with the game. Because like I said, you guys just don't understand what's going on. You're being deluded, you're being distracted, you're being lied to, you're being played, you're being used, you're being manipulated by other men. That's a shame. So, what happened? Well, as you know, there's a guy going around YouTube, and my empathy. He has my empathy. He really does. He has my empathy. That's why I'm going to talk about him. That's why I'm going to stand up for him. He's referred to as Pop the Balloon Guy, but he has a nickname, Weapon X. If you don't know about comic books, he calls himself Weapon X. And I think his government name, we're not going to use it, but anyway, he's known as Pop the Balloon Guy. So here goes what happened. He went on a show. This is what we mean by being a sucker, by playing the game, okay? He went on a dating show, which is fake by itself, because what is the purpose of the show is to humiliate you as a man. That's it. It's the whole purpose of the show. The women are going to humiliate you. Now, why do women want to humiliate you? Well, because women have gave up their virtue to a bum, to a loser, to a lame. The first man any woman deals with in their life is a loser. Someone who is and will always be a nobody to the world. He's some guy who just happened to be riding a bike or live next door to them or be their guard. That's a total loser. That's the first man in their life. Sometimes it's their father, which is even more fucked up. But sometimes romantically, it's it's a guy who's a nobody, a young kid, a fucking bum, or an older Pookie and Ray Ray. Okay? So women have to humiliate decent men, average men, to get their self-esteem up, to keep themselves elevated and feel like they have their virtue, feel like, it's really just to make you fight for them. But modern man doesn't think like that no more. They're like, is the juice really worth the squeeze? You know, that's how we think. But that's really what it is. It's a shit test. He really got shit tested. He failed the shit test. Case in point, whole another topic. We'll leave that to the dating coaches. You guys got to learn how to pass these shit tests. 40% of women's behavior towards you, just meeting her, like walking in a room, first impression, all that stuff, is going to be a shit test. Now you got options. You can pass the shit test, you can walk away, you can stop pursuing, or you can pass the shit test. Those are your two options. That's it. Nothing else is required. Now, I'm gonna call him Body Game. No Diddy. So Body Game walks in the show. I got muscles. I flex. Women love the muscles. Body Game walks into the show. Boom! Right off the bat, the balloons start popping. Pop, 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 pop. And well, actually, no. One person popped the balloon. One woman popped the balloon. And he walks over to her. Because that's what they do. They do the show backwards. They find out why the person popped the balloon instead of finding out why the people didn't pop the balloon. See, they do the show backwards for a reason. It doesn't matter if the woman isn't interested. It only matters if the other women are. That's what she does wrong. The host of the show would do so much better if she asked the women why they didn't pop their balloons before the fuckery starts with the woman who popped the balloon. So, one woman popped their balloon. Okay. Now, by all rules, that should be it. She should be the only one popping her balloon because this is a zero-sum game. She already lost. They all want a guy with a nice body, right? They all want body game, right? Well, he should have had no balloons pop. Right? So, he goes and he talks to her. They get into a little repertoire way, a little witty banter. I mean, he doesn't have no good comebacks. He's getting shit tested. Women's shit tests are the same. One woman's shit test is the same as 20 other women, 100 women, 1,000. All their shit tests are the same. She says some shit to him. He came back at her. And guess what happened? Pop. Another balloon popped. Because of what he said. So you get where I'm going with this. If you guys watch the episode, this pretty much, they all popped their balloons except for one. And she was actually really the baddest one of all of them. Like, they're not really all that bad. It's usually one out of the 9 of them that are bad. And she didn't pop her balloon. And then they tried to come after her later, saying she's wrong for liking money and things like that. She's a gold digger. I don't know, man. Listen, man. I can't. I'm not ever going to be able to convince you guys without pointing to Warren Buffett or Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. But there is no combination where money and muscles go together. It just doesn't work like that. I'm sorry, but I'll never be able to convince you, even if I point to those guys. So fuck it. I'm not gonna keep doing that no more. But muscles and money don't go together. They just don't. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. So anyway, he walked off with one girl of like the 9. so that's a fact. Body game does not work. Now, all the women felt that he was too arrogant or mean, or basically he just wasn't agreeable enough with them. But I don't understand when a woman dresses you down and says you're inadequate. What are you supposed to say? You know what? You're right. What are you supposed to say? And that's the problem with black women and black men, is that we don't have a boundary. And so all these black women think you're their son, or they think that they're your mother. It's a weird thing that we have going on with them. See what I mean? Where what they really want you to say, like when your mother gives you a dress down or a criticism, they want you to agree with them. Maybe you do agree with them. Maybe mom says, don't wear that color, or that cologne doesn't work for you, or cut your hair, right? And you're like, okay, mom, you do that from a place of love. You do that because she was your nurturer, right? You do that because it's respect. And so, unfortunately, because black women are most likely mothers themselves, they see every black male as their son. That's the problem. See, there's not enough of them are wives, or not enough of them are single without kids. I want to think that every woman on this show has at least one kid, which makes her a mother. So it's every black man that she sees, she's gonna talk to that man like she's their mother, and that's a big turnoff. So anyway, the women all felt some kind of way. The general public felt some kind of way that he was too mean or too arrogant to these women in his response to showing his self-esteem and how he felt about himself as a person. There's a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but you know what? The only thing that matters is his reality. If someone says you're inadequate, how do you react to that? He was not saying to them, you're inadequate. They were telling him he's inadequate. And my confusion is, how is he inadequate? Because he has muscles. He has muscles, right? He is, so muscles are a flaw now. You see, this is what I keep telling you guys. You guys don't want to acknowledge this fact. The dating structure is so fucking rigged. It's designed for you to never win it, no matter how much you comply. Your money, your physique. I like to say, even if he was like, okay, you're right. More balloons would have popped because they would have been like, oh, he's a wimp. He just let her talk to him like that. He just let her talk to him like that. He don't got no self-esteem. He don't care. So I like to think that even if he was the other way, I don't know what the other way would be, but if he wasn't someone who was like, that's fine, you're not good enough for me too. If he wasn't like that, more balloons would have popped. So the point is, body game is a lie. Body game is fake. All right, that's the point. And we have the proof. And you know how this isn't a one-off, because guess what? This happened again on the same show. There was another guy on the show. He was I want to say an orthodontist. And he was tall and he was in shape, no diddy, pause, right? And he got the same reaction. He got the same reaction. The women ended up loathing him. They didn't like him. They thought he was the detestable. And I'm thinking to myself, but he's fit, he's tall, he's a dentist. So even when you have the combination of brains and brawn, they didn't want that either. So we gotta ask the question of women: what do you really want? What is the list? We don't do presumptions here. We don't presume anything. We ask the people to put it in writing what it is. So, women, black women, what is the list? Put a list of 1 to 100 things you want in a man. What's 1, 2, 3? Write the list. Write the list in the order, whatever order you want. Make up the list. And I guarantee you, money and physique are not going to be on the list. So stop talking about that shit, man. You guys are just so fucking ignorant. For real, like that's real ignorance. You keep trying to make an absurdity into a fact, and it's just never gonna happen. You know? It's proof. It's proof. Here we go again. Another version of the show. Confident man doesn't hold back doing heated debate. They laughing at him.
Okay. Uh-oh. Is she someone that's your type?
I say I like feet. I ain't really feeling her feet.
Yeah, I'm kind of hot right now.
See? Here we go again. This goes on. This is a whole other brother. This just is going to go on and go on and go on because it's a battle. This is what white supremacy has done. White supremacy has put the black female versus the black male, and made the black female think that the black male is just not good enough for her, even when he's good enough for her, even when by her standards, that's what she wants. It's not good enough for her. It's a fucked up thing they done. It's a fucked up thing they've done to our heads. Okay? So that's it right there. That's the first part of this conversation. Now, getting to this guy. I've never really liked this guy. I gotta admit, I have a bias towards light skinned men. I don't know if he's even light. I don't even know if he's black. He might be Puerto Rican or some shit. I don't know. Maybe Dominican. I don't know. But I have a bias towards these guys. You know why? Because they like to think that they're smarter than dark skinned brothers just because their daddy was white or some shit like that. That's my personal experience with them. And it's never true. These guys have a chip on their shoulder the size of the Grand Canyon, and they're literally messed up. Like if you watch what happened between Pop the Balloon guy and this guy, I don't even know his name, Mediocre Tutorials and Review, MTR. If you look at what happened between them in literally like 24 hours, I see all the traits of Dirty Mac. And you gotta listen to somebody who was a fan or a subscriber and not the person. I am telling you, if I'm telling you as a fan and a subscriber, you're doing something wrong. If you ran a real fucking business, you would work towards correcting it. I'm the customer, not you. You need my money. I don't need you. You're not producing anything of value or creativity or even content for me. So I don't need you. I have other choices. You need me. And I always say to myself, it's the person who values every individual who will win. If you say I don't need one person, you're never going to win. See, me, the reason why I win and the reason why I succeed is because I know I value every individual. I never say I don't need someone. I never say I could do without this person's support. I value everyone's support. I want everyone's support. Until you realize that you want and need everyone's support, you're never going to win anything in life. That's a fact. That's in a lot of fucking books. So this guy, MTR, he just jumped on the story, just oh my god, I don't know what's the story. I don't even know what the story was. Apparently the guy went on a show. He was bantering back with the chicks. He went out. Um Somehow it came up that he lost his job and he had to GoFundMe and he raised money and then people started to support that story. I don't know at what point the story turned into him being a fraud. Apparently, somebody said that he was in the club throwing money around that he raised on GoFundMe. And we know that that's not true. See, the minutiae of the details is what's important. Somebody said he was in the club throwing around money from his GoFundMe that he didn't have because they're saying the GoFundMe was blocked after that part of the story came out. And people were like, wait a minute, he's throwing the money we donated out in the club, which is another hypocrisy. I'll talk about that in a minute. But how could he be throwing the GoFundMe money in the club that he didn't really have? You see how this shit works? You see the lies? Oh, by the way, you can't comment unless you become a member. Sorry, for this one, I got to do it. I got to do it for this one. Shout out Razor Rays for the strategy. The trolls want to troll. You got to pay the boss. Got him. So anyway, yeah. So somebody made a rumor that wasn't true, and then the rumor snowballed, and then from there, somehow, apparently, taking money that people give you and going to a strip club with it is so atrocious. It's so erroneous. I'm sorry. It's so erroneous a thought, an ideal, an action that he's just got to be a fraud. And then they do what they do. They started going into his background, and it took off from there. Then you have an ex-girlfriend who pops up. Here we go. The ex-girlfriend. So she didn't like muscles either. So muscle guys can't keep a woman. That's what we're to understand. Body game does not keep a woman. I'm gonna get to all of this. I'm gonna break it all down for you in a minute. Hold on. It's really good. So this guy's got the muscles. He's got the masculine job. He's a plumber, and he can't keep a woman. But everyone says body game is going to. So I'm okay. I'm confused. You got to clear this up for me. Is body game going to get you the woman or keep you the woman? Is the money going to get you the woman or keep you the woman? Because those are two different things. If you don't fucking know about it, they're two different things completely. Getting the woman and keeping the woman are two different things. They don't exist in the same space. So we know that body game does not get you the woman and it does not keep the woman. We know this. And you guys are going to say, oh, his personality, all this. Listen, man, listen. What is the perfect personality? If you had to identify the perfect man. So what we're saying is that a man who is tall, with muscles, and lets people tell him to his face he's inadequate, that's the man that women want to date. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just can't see that type of man being successful in life. That type of man does not speak A-type personality to me. That type of man does not make 250,000 a year. I'm sorry. It's just not ever going to happen. It's like believing in Santa Claus. He's the new Santa Claus. New video title is the A-type black man the new symbol of Santa Claus? Because he's a fucking fictional character. He does not exist, nor will he ever exist. So anyway, MTR, in his haste, realizing he has egg on his face, that rhymes, because now people are saying this guy's a scam and I gave him money because of you. What are you going to do about it? He panics and decides to, in the middle of the night, call another man and say, hey, I don't know you, but I need to have bona fides from you. And then the rest of it gets lost in translation. Obviously, he goes off to the world and tells the world this guy's a scammer. This guy's literally just destroys this man's life overnight. Because when you have 300,000 people as subscribers, you are enabled with a certain level of integrity, a certain level of ethics, a certain level of behavior. And if I was Pop the Balloon guy, right now, I would be suing MTR and any other YouTubers for defamation. If I can prove that they're lying, I wouldn't go to YouTube to do it. I would just sue them and film it. I would sue them for defamation and film it. They would be served so fucking fast. They would be served so fucking fast. It wouldn't be. It would literally just be crazy. Okay, it would be crazy. I would have them served in 48 hours in federal court for defamation or state court if there's no caps. I wouldn't be on here trying to argue this in the YouTube streets. I wouldn't. I would sue every motherfucking YouTuber and YouTube for destroying my life because that's what MTR did. And the reason why I used that thumbnail is because, see, he's with Zoom to Thailand. And that's what they do. They destroy black men. And we're not going to have it. So I don't know if these rumors or gossip are true, but we'll find out sooner or later when I'm face to face with the little midget. He's copping a plea. Don't cop no plea now. So I tell you what, he better marry that chick he got. The whatchamacallit, the what was I calling her? The house cat, the sex kitten. He better marry her because if he lets her get back out there in the streets, I'm going to make sure it's thrown in his face every day. So he's trapped. Even right now, he's trapped and doesn't even know it. He's trapped in a circumstance he possibly can't ever make it out of. There's no way this works for him. There's no way. And I'm done being polite. That was You thought I was bad then. I was just getting started. I really was. This is kind of premature because I come better than this. I really come with everything like, oh, lock it down. But I just couldn't help myself. It's so fucking funny. It's just so funny. So anyway, MTR has basically destroyed this man's life, but he's on another YouTube channel, like basically coming to tears. He's bawling out. And he's really a 8-ball cat. He's really an 8-ball cat. What is an 8-ball cat? What does that mean? That means he's a felon and he has all these things in his life that have happened in the past that he's never going to be able to escape. And his one shot of redemption is blown because now he's pariah. He can't show up at someone's house as a plumber. They're going to have him on TikTok before the night's over. Hey, aren't you the pop the balloon guy? They're going to have him on TikTok. I don't want you in my house. You're a creep. You're a scammer. You're a fraud. And we shouldn't even discuss relationships because nobody has a great relationship. Nobody has a great relationship. Okay. Relationships today are very dangerous for men, especially in America. That's why I caution my nephew to be very careful. It's never been more dangerous to be involved with a woman in America than in this generation because she can become the ex and talk all kinds of shit about you. And of course, it's probably true. And there's probably shit about her that he could say. That makes her a bad girlfriend. Makes him a bad boyfriend. But doesn't that happen to everyone? That's why we have a whole section of court. We have 3 courts, but there's 4 courts. I talked about this yesterday. But there's 4 courts. Maybe there's 5, but there's definitely 4. There's a criminal court, there's civil court, there's divorce court, there's family court, and sometimes family court and divorce court are the same. 4 major court forms. I've got 5. 4 major court forms. No, civil court, criminal court, divorce court. 4. Okay, so bad relationships. Hey, that's just the thing. Because when you rely on one aesthetic, see the problem that men cause for themselves is relying on one aesthetic, and it's always the one that is easy to do, the one that's universally able to be done, and that's in the Black Man's Handbook. We talk about universality, which is the physique, the muscles. When you rely on that one aesthetic to get a woman, you're already doomed because that's a lie. Okay. The reason why she wants you to look a certain way isn't about you, it's about her. But mainly it's because she feels that society is going to cooperate with you better. But that's a lie too, because nobody's standing up for this guy. Nobody's coming to his side. Even the YouTubers that were like, he was on their channel and they were interviewing him, everybody's just getting content from this guy. Everybody's just milking content from this guy, trying to get in the fake algorithm, trying to, blow their channels up to get another couple of $5 in their check, whatever. It's sick. It's sick. It's sick to me. It makes me want to vomit seeing this shit. The exploitation of another Black man. But this is what I mean. See, this is what I'm talking about. And I'm talking to you, pop the balloon guy, plumber guy. You did this to yourself because you allowed yourself as a man to be exploited. You allowed yourself to go on a fucking dating show for the benefit of someone else, and it's not benefiting you. And now we're seeing the same thing being done again with this so-called Passport Bro show. It's going to end the same way for them. Men cannot be exploited. You're not supposed to be dancing, taking shirts off, doing anything. You are men. You're not supposed to be on TV, shucking and driving. You are men. I mean, maybe you don't think you're men or you don't think you're males, but look between your legs, feel where your dick and your balls are at. And if they're there, that makes you a male. And if you believe that your word is your bond and the only thing you have is that, and what did Scarface say? Whatever Scarface said in the movie? That makes you a man. Okay? And because you're a man, you're not supposed to be exploited. Does men go out here in the wilderness and fucking bury himself in dirt or fucking like wrap himself up in a tree? No. He goes out here in the wilderness and he cuts the trees down and he sells them. He goes out here in the wilderness and he plants crops and he pulls them up and he sells them. He takes animals from their fucking mother and kills them and sells them and eats them. Like men exploit the environment. God damn, I gotta stop giving you this shit for free. But I can't. It's like, see, my nature is just that I'm so good and I'm so grateful. I owe so much that I gotta do it. I just can't, sit around and not do it. Even though it'd be nice to do it and know that it's valued, it's okay. But men exploit the environment. You got to exploit your environments. You can't be exploited. So I wouldn't be doing these YouTube channels if I was him. You can't talk your way out of this. You can't change the court of public opinion. These other people, they got way more leverage and they got way more loyalty. They got blinded loyalty. So it's going to be impossible. The only thing you could do is take this into a court of law and sue them for defamation if you have actual damages, if you're never able to work again. Because this dude was crashing out. It was so fucked up to see someone rebound from a fucked up position. And trust me, I know what they go through now. I really have a thing that I say that I think to become a judge and a prosecutor, you should have to do, they should take you and throw you in a cell and not tell you when they're going to let you out. Not tell they before they become a judge or a prosecutor, a DA, they should take them to a cell and put them in there and not tell them when they're going to let them out. Just walk away. It can't be no lights, it can't be no clock. Just put them in a room even. Like just leave them locked up. Let them see what it's like. And maybe come back and get them in 5 minutes or an hour or a day. But you don't tell them, you just randomly pick a time to come back so that they can understand. Because only when you experience something like that can you really hear what he's saying. And this dude was crashing out on the show. He was saying how we really just want to see him fucked up. And it's true. Y'all really just want to see him fucked up so y'all can laugh. But he has muscles. I thought that was so important. I thought you men develop camaraderie and interest and loyalty in other men because they have muscles, but you really fucking don't. Y'all really just don't fucking like anybody. And that's so fucked up. Y'all really just don't like anybody. You think you like the Dirty Max and these other gay dudes on YouTube, but you really don't like anybody. Look at Diddy. Diddy, y'all came after Diddy. What happened to all the bad boys? What happened to all what happened to all that shit? For decades, y'all love this guy. Y'all went to war with a whole coast over him. And because the fucking enemy say he did this, he did that, we still haven't seen shit. I mean, the video, well, it's interesting the video comes out in the age of AI. But we do know that if that actually happened, if Cassie was actually assaulted, the people who covered it up are the criminals. And nobody's mad about that. Nobody's mad that a black woman got stomped out in the public hallway of a hotel and these motherfuckers swept it under the rug. Nobody's mad about that. It's just something. I wake up every morning and I really feel like there's just something wrong. Even in my little cage that I'm in, my nice gated community, my pristine shit that I'm looking at, the jacuzzi, the pool, the gates, all that. I feel like the simulation is trying to, how you say, buy me off, like make me sell out, like make me complacent, like give me a little bit, but I really want a lot. I really want a lot. Somebody asked me once, and I said to them, I said, if I was to sell my soul to that person, I don't want to invoke that name in my house, but I said to them, if I was to sell my soul to that person, the price would be their head, because that's how I think. I need way more than this shit. I need way more than this shit. So these are all just facts. You guys don't really like anybody. There is no level of perfectionism, or is there a level of perfectionism that the black man can reach? Okay, okay, okay. You tell me today I'm getting the money. You tell me today I need the muscles, and I don't know what else it could be. My character. I got the character, I got the money. You tell me today I get the muscles, I got the perfectionism. I'll do it. I'll fucking starve myself right now. Cause I really, I mean, I really wouldn't do it. I'm just being facetious because I know you're full of shit. Y'all are the biggest frauds ever because you don't really like anybody. There's no level of attainment a black man can have in this country where he reaches the level of perfectionism that you people respect. And it was like $15,000. Who fucking cares? You gave somebody $15,000. You didn't even give them $15,000. This guy, you gave $10, you gave $20. I mean, I'm gonna pull a fucking GoFundMe up because these people are crying about $15,000. Really? Really? And now you got this whole guy just crashing out. And I feel really bad for him, man. I feel sorry for him. Like this one, I really take personal. If you can hear it in my voice, I really take it personal because the way he was talking was, to me, I was hearing undertones of somebody who's given up. And it's so wrong because all he tried to do was meet a girl. That's what I'm saying. You see where I'm going with this? They tell you to go meet a girl, travel, whatever it is, come on this game show. And all it is injury. All it is injury. All you do is get injured. You get destroyed. I mean, if you're not smart, if you let yourself be exploited, you get destroyed. You know? And I'm not knocking nobody's I'm not knocking nobody's desire for acceptance and to be a part of something and to have curiosity because we all do. Yeah, I'm gonna go in the show, but I'm trying to tell you, brothers, and y'all just don't want to listen. Stop letting YouTube exploit you. Stop. Stop letting these YouTubers exploit you. And he said it best. He's telling MRT, MTR, whatever this guy's name is. Didn't this guy have cancer too? What happened with the cancer? Is he even in remission or some shit? How is he still alive? I don't know. He was on there crying last year about being diagnosed with cancer. Was that even true? I don't know. But you gotta stop letting yourself be exploited, man. That's all I gotta say. You gotta stop letting yourself be exploited and trying to bring up the pop the balloon GoFundMe. You gotta stop letting yourself be exploited as men.
Y'all know old dude from Pop the Balloon, Mr. Ninja Turtle.
And they call him a ninja turtle. You see, look at this. Another light skinned nigga. You see this shit? That's why I don't like these light skinned niggas, bro. Calling dark skinned black men ninja turtles. Ninja turtles are green. Turtles are green, asshole. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these dudes? What the fuck is what the fuck is going on with these people, bro? That's just another thing, another thing. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm gonna fight you motherfuckers to the death of me. I'm gonna die on this hill or I'm gonna fly a flag. My flag is black. That's all I gotta say. Because this shit has got to stop. Somebody's got to do it. Might as well be me. I don't even worry about it no more because I just if I sit around and see this happen anymore, I'm gonna just really regurgitate so fucking bad. It's just enough. Enough already. With you fucking dumbass YouTubers trying to get a real fucking career, a real fucking life. You're not made for this YouTube shit. You don't have no journalism skills. You have no ethics. You have no integrity. You are a shill. This guy MTR is a shill. He is the fraud. He is the fraud. You know? And look at it. It's just balloon guy scammed us. How did anyone scam? I don't know, because it's a lot of passport bros that motherfuckers is donating their money to right now to go buy box. It's a lot of passport bros that motherfuckers donate money to right now to go buy box, that are calling this guy, it's the same people calling this guy a scammer. So how is it possible that you give money to someone to go to another country to buy box, and you give money to someone and they go to a strip club on their birthday and they're a scammer for doing it? I'm always going to believe a brother who says the enemy took something from him. If a brother comes on and says, I lost my job because of white people, I'm going to believe him. I don't need to hear anything else. You motherfuckers got to have all these details and paperwork and fucking evidence. Like, what the fuck? I'm a black man. I don't need to know anything else. You tell me that, I believe it. I still believe Jesse Smollett. Shout out Jesse Smollett. He's not suicidal. I still believe him. You know why I believe him? Because I know how the police work. And they didn't even like falsely find any white men. They didn't have any suspects. It didn't go no further than his living room. They didn't go look for anybody, pretend to look for anybody, find anybody who could be somebody of interest, but they stay looking for the wrong black man all day. Like a suspect. Look, you got warrants. Or we got a call about a black man with a beard. I don't have a beard. Well, you're under arrest anyway for something. Get on the ground. You know, they stay looking for motherfuckers all day. But if you say a white man did something to you, whether it's factual or not, they don't even investigate. They subjectively said nothing happened, but we know something happened. I know something happened. I don't care. I believe them. The same way they believe anything you say about us, white people believe anything that someone says about black people or black men. I think the same way. The modeling has to be the same. We imitate the dominant culture, but the modeling is not the same. We marry, we go get careers, we go get degrees, we go on YouTube, we do all the shit that white people do, but we don't believe ourselves when we accuse them of something. How is the modeling? How like what we fucking that's what I'm saying. There's like a selective, it's like a selective thought process, and I don't even understand that. It's like a bowl of jelly beans, and you're picking out purples and whites and putting them to the side. I don't understand how that works. It's fucking it's just it's some goofy shit. It's some to me it's what I would call gay shit. It's weak. It's weak shit. It's a weak thing to do. Because if we're gonna model the dominant society, we got to do it all the way through, right or wrong. The man said he lost his job because of this fucking show. I believe him. I didn't get a chance to donate, but I believe him. And that's the end of the story. That's all that matters. I don't need to hear about him being in the strip club, throwing money around. Oh, wow, he's throwing money around in the strip club. I sent in $25. Man, if you don't shut up about that $25, bro, I tell you, y'all crazy. Y'all are really crazy, man. I don't really like. I know you're scared of me, bro. You need to be scared of me because I'm intelligent, and I just the way I'm gonna think about something, I'm gonna think about it really deep, deeper than you. And it seems like I don't know. It just seems like people are taking advantage of this guy because of his background. They know it's not real. Nothing makes any sense. He never even got the money. He wasn't in the club with the money. I gotta try to find this guy's GoFundMe. Where's his GoFundMe at? So how is he scamming anyone? How is he scamming anyone? He never got the money. I just don't, it's like, man, this shit. And anyway, I just hope that he doesn't, I hope that he can, I don't even know what he can do, man. I just hope that he doesn't, I just hope that he doesn't give up on life. I just hope that he has enough courage to want to, maybe start over again in another country. I don't even know if that's possible. Is it even possible to start over again in another country? But he just sounded so. I never seen a man break like this. I've never seen a man. Here it goes. I found it. I've never seen a man break like this. It was really a fucked up thing. Here he goes, right here. This is GoFundMe. I never seen a man break like this before. And he's on this show, and like the dude he's on the show with, and he got his girlfriend there, and they kind of like questionable because they're I think they were trying to help, but they really weren't helping because they really are like they're being mediators, and they're not really advocating for him. You know what I'm saying? They're not. What he needs is somebody that's a prominent YouTuber to say, "I believe your story," because we don't even have any proof. There's no proof he scammed anyone. He went on a show to meet a girl. He lost his job because of the way he had to defend who he was as a person. And that's weird to me because if a woman sees your exterior first, they don't like muscles now. I don't. Anyway, he had to defend who he was as a person. And I guess that cost him his job. As he says, he got fired. And he felt like, I'm not able to help people. And so I guess he started a GoFundMe. And yeah, here it goes. Okay, so he goes, after proving all these allegations were false, GoFundMe still refuses to release the funds. I have a woman that has been without a shower for a year. I plan on repairing her shower and making content with it this weekend. She would need a new shower head. I'm under the impression that this money is not being released due to my skin color and the false allegations against me. False allegations made against me. I was told that the funds would be released days ago to no avail. I now have an attorney getting involved in this matter. For those that have been diligent with unwavering love and support, thank you so much. God bless you. You are a pillar of strength. Was the hope that I needed to continue fighting this battle. God has a hand. God has a hand. God has had a hand over me this time, and I know some of you have been praying for me, and I feel forever indebted to you all. I promise to follow through with everything I said I was going to do and rise to the pinnacle of my capabilities. Thank you again. God bless. That's all I need to hear. Yeah, I'm going to send him some money. I'm going to send him some money. That's all I need to hear. I got to figure out how to send him some money, but I'm going to send him some money. You know, I mean, I mean, you're taking the word of a guy I call Dirty Mac and a bunch of other YouTubers. You take their word for shit, but you won't take his word. Just it's some goofy ass shit to me, man. It's some really goofy ass shit to me. It sounds like I'm just gonna say this, and I gotta get out of here. I can't do this all day with you guys. Look at this shit. Look at these donations. Somebody gave $5, $25, $5, $25, $10, $50, $25, $5, $10. The average donation is about $25. If y'all don't get the fuck on out of here over this fucking $25, are y'all that fucked up? That's the first thing I'm gonna say. I saw one person gave $300. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. And the first thing I'm gonna say is, it seems to me that the black community is insolvent. We are broke. To a certain extent, I'm obviously not broke, but I mean, the majority of y'all are so broke that you want to cheat this man out of the money you wanted to give him because you really just wanted to give to make yourself feel good, to make yourself feel like you're participating, but you don't want that shit to hit your debit card. You don't want that shit to hit your debit card. A lot of $5 in here. $11. $10, $5, $11, $5. This is no money. There's no fucking money. My nephew, he got some money for his birthday, and we went to McDonald's. I think we spent $20, and I got a $6 meal. So I mean, the fuck are y'all talking about? $20. One person gave $20, and you're crying because you got cheated. You feel you got scammed out of your $20. Are we that insolvent? I think all of y'all need to call GoFundMe and say, give this man his money so he can go do what he's gonna do. It doesn't really matter what he does with the money. To me, I mean, it's only $13,963. What's he gonna do with that? He was maybe getting that a month as a plumber, maybe, because plumbers really do make good money. I think he had his license and everything, so he was like a journeyman. Was he a journeyman on his license? I can't remember. But what's he gonna do with that money? What's he gonna do? Even if he goes and tricks it off, does it really matter? There's a video of his license somewhere around here. But even if he goes and tricks off the money, like, not that that's gonna happen, but if it did happen, does it really matter? You guys are already doing that too. You guys are giving Dirty Max and Austin Holmans and these guys your money, and that's what they're doing with it. Does it really matter? You guys are look, man, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. This YouTube platform to me and the GoFundMe platform, I could talk about GoFundMe all day. I'm gonna talk about YouTube first. This YouTube platform to me is dead set on destroying black men. That's it. The end. Not gonna be around the bush no more. It's dead set on destroying black men. That's why that Dirty Mac dude's not even a black man. He's not a black man. That's why I say that's why I'm gonna do that this afternoon. He's not a black man. And I dare anyone to challenge me on that. And he's gonna agree to what I'm gonna say. Because he knows he's not a black man. It's funny, somebody, I don't know if it's a rumor or a gossip, he puts a photo of me in a WhatsApp group with my face white, like I'm a white man. Listen, bro. The dude doesn't know me at all as much as I know about him and I know him. And everybody who does know me know I'm solid. Okay? I'm solid. I'm solid. And I'm so solid. I I indulge myself. I play around. I'll fool around. I'm not gonna lie. But I probably will end up with a black woman at some point, an African woman at some point. I'm pretty sure about that. That's really where my heart is. That's really where I want to be. But we know that he's hooked up with someone else who's not, because he's not black himself. See, it's also a lot of colorism in this shit, man. You're not going to succeed in these foreign countries unless you look like them enough. So you got to be light skinned. That's it. But that's a whole nother video I'm going to talk about. It's like a 2-part video. I got so much content off these dudes. It's crazy. But I just wanted to come on here, man, and let this guy know, Pop the Balloon Guy, Plumber, Pop the Balloon Guy, or Aaron, I fucks with you, man. You don't gotta, just know that I believe you. Just know that I believe you. That's all I want to say. Because I believe you because you're a black man. That's it. That's all I need to know. So all I need to know. I believe you because you're a black man, and I know you had a bad background. Not that you are a bad person. You just had a bad background because the system is fucked up. They want to get brothers where they're young. See, this is what I be talking about. This is what they do to you. They get you where you're young so that as you become an adult, you can never escape this shit. And all your credibility is shot with the world. Because people pull up your fucking shit that you did when you were a teenager. It's so fucking fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people this: the secret to life is a get out of jail free card. But you don't get that get out of jail free card until you reach a certain age where it's like it's impossible for them to start putting shit on you. Even the most dumbest judge is like, wait a minute, what? You want to put what on this person? They have no record. Because if you know how the justice system works, it works on accumulation of habitual crimes. Like you do something when you're 12, then you do something when you're 18, then you do something when you're 22, then they put you away. That's how it works. It doesn't work off of you being a civilian, a citizen for fucking 30 years, and then they fucking make up some shit about you, and then everybody just gonna believe it. It doesn't work like that. It takes a lot more than that. And even if it is a kangaroo court, you still by law are entitled to bail regardless. Like I could go kill someone right now and get bail because I never done a crime. They gotta give me bail. Whether or not I can make bail is another thing, but they gotta give me bail. They can't deny me bail. And then the other thing is you get what they call diversion. So there's another stuff I'm not gonna talk about too much, but it's not legal advice. I'm not saying any of that. It's legal advice. I'm just saying that the point is they want to fuck you up. They want to take away your gun rights, your voting rights, and they do this. It's another form of enslavement at an early fucking age. So he was like, whatever happened to him, we don't know the story. I'm not going to believe the enemy. I got to hear from him what really happened. But he don't want to talk about it. That's his business. But the point is that at a very early age, before he could even vote or own a gun, those rights were taken from him. And you guys think this is not really happening? Exhibit B, Kyle fucking Rittenhouse, who was 17, actually broke the law, killed one person, maimed another person, and they said he was fucking hunting. That's how he got off. They said he was hunting. He wasn't hunting in his backyard. He crossed state lines. Again, remember, the minutiae of the details works both ways. But there was enough for them to acquit him, even though he couldn't have owned the gun. As a hunter, he could. The barrel length, small technicality. Nobody really ever really argued if he was hunting. If he was hunting, what was he hunting that day? Humans? Nobody really took the argument that far because the main objective was not to strip this white man who may become president or some shit one day of his gun rights and his rights to vote. And so the guy who gave him the gun, who brought the gun under protest of it not being a straw man purchase, who signed the federal ATF form, guess what happened to him? He got a slap on the wrist. So he willingly brought a gun for someone else, signed that he didn't do that, or he wasn't doing that, gave the gun to him. They have he's dead to rights caught in perjury, looking at 5 years, and they gave him a slap on the wrist. Two white boys get to keep their gun rights and their voting rights because they're not convicted felons. See how that shit works? I can make these arguments all day. Nobody cares. I get it. You guys are living in the blue pill world. I get it. I mean, it's just. But listen, just listen to what I told you. Write it down if you have to. Get a piece of paper. I gotta take you back to like second grade. Get a piece of paper. Make a line down the middle and write what I just told you. And yes, even if they did get convicted, though, the same things I told you still fall into play. Because guess what? Yeah, let me get on GoFundMe, though, real quick, while I forget about this. Guess how Kyle Rittenhouse raised his bail? GoFundMe. Look it up. His legal defense fund was through GoFundMe. Listen, man, when I've been telling you that GoFundMe is the worst organization on the planet, I have a GoFundMe, by the way. But like, if it's something different, but they are really the worst. They put targets on our backs. Anytime a cop kills a black man, they raise money for him. How do we know that he just ain't shoot a brother just to get $1 million from people? You know what I'm saying? Derek Chauvin, is that his name? George Zimmerman, um, Amber Geiger, Kim Porter, all raise money on GoFundMe for their legal defense fund. I'm about to pull up Kyle Rittenhouse right now. All raise money on GoFundMe for their legal defense fund. Okay? Killing Kenosha documentary. No, I gotta find it. Yeah, I mean, GoFundMe man has put targets on the backs of brothers, man. They really they part of the problem. They putting targets on brothers' backs. Putting targets on our backs. I always meant to do a video about that because I got a whole suspicion about that. But nobody wants to argue these things. Nobody questioning these things. You know, these black cops, they don't do anything. Like what a black cop is worthless. They're not gonna do anything. I always said a black cop's best duty is to just go lock up white cops. Just lock them up. I just saw a video where the black guy was getting arrested again for nothing. He had a bunch of money on him, and he's telling them that the cop stole some of the money right in front of the other cops and in front of him. And they're like, what? 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 All of a sudden, the clarity of their mind goes out the window. Huh? What? And he's telling them, go look, 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 go look. And guess what they found when they did look? The motherfucker stole his money in front of him and other cops. They're not trying to lock him up. There was a couple of black cops there. This was a white cop that did it. Stole a black man's money in front of him, and the two black cops did nothing about it. And they know who they know who the racists are because they work with them every day. And you don't really need anything to lock somebody up. Let's be honest. You don't really listen. If becoming a police officer means you're not racist, that's some bullshit. And these black cops, they're useless to us. So they're useless. Putting targets on our backs. Here you go, right here. Kyle Rittenhouse, GoFundMe. Let me see where it's at. That's how he got out of jail. GoFundMe says Rittenhouse fundraiser okay now that he's acquitted. So we got killers walking around, people walking around who want to harm you, and they're able to raise money. And someone who doesn't want to harm you, who wants to help people because they're a black man, gets called a scam. See, I don't know how these black YouTubers, I'm about to call them all out, how they exist every day, not attacking white people. I don't know how they exist. What world are they living in? What world are they existing in? This shit is crazy, bro. Anyway, let me get out of here. Let me go get something to eat, chill out. It's gonna be a great day. I'm off today anyway. Well, I don't work the 4 days of the week. I got a 3 to 4 thing I do. You know, I read that book, The 4 Hour Work Week, really changed my life. You should check it out. But I'm just saying, man, it's so fucked up. Like, and I can't really fault MTR because it's not really his fault. I've always seen him as a clown ass nigga, but it's not really his fault because he was acquainted with Dirty Mac, and I can only think he got these behaviors from his association with Dirty Mac. I can only think that this input that he's gotten was from Dirty Mac. You know, the way he behaves was from Dirty Mac. I mean, it's funny that he's showing his interactions with Pop the Balloon Plumber Guy. And Pop the Balloon Plumber Guy is like, bro, I didn't know you was like this. I thought you were my friend. And he's like saying, no, I was not your friend. No, I don't care about you. No, he's agreeing to everything that's being said. And that's what I tell you. These YouTube dudes, man, they don't care about you. These YouTube guys don't care about you. That's the message of this video. It's way longer than I wanted it to be because you guys don't even get this far. But I saved the best for last. These YouTube dudes don't care about you. You're just a tool to them. You're a method. You're something to be used and discarded. You are a subscriber or a like. That's all you are, or a view. You're an analytic. That's all you are. These YouTube dudes, they don't care about you. They will fuck your life up if they can. And I gotta be honest with you though, the only thing this dude did wrong as a black man was let himself be exploited. He should have never went on that show. Don't do shows, brothers. Don't do shows. You don't need to be on a dating show. And now I'm kind of disappointed, but I mean, here we go again, right? What's YouTube's retirement plan? Because this dude's talking about he wants to make content now. And I'm like, come on, Aaron, the plumber guy. Now you want to make content too? You're a plumber, man. Why is everybody trying to be on YouTube? You're giving away some good careers to come fuck around with this shit. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, man. This shit's crazy to me. But here he is too. So I'm like, man, that's just crazy. Listen, man, if I was him, what I would do, I would be suing these cats for defamation of character. So fucking quick. I would really be suing them. So fucking quick. Because I know that they didn't commit any scams on me. You know? I know that if I was him and I know I didn't do something people are accusing me of, I would be on him so quick. I would be on him so quick. Wouldn't even be funny. But anyway, that's just my opinion. That's all I got to say. All right, let me get out of here. Thanks for joining me. I'll talk to you guys later. Sorry about the members only mode. See how many people wanted to sign up. I'm going to do the next live without the members only mode, but we'll be back to the regular. You got to be a subscriber for more than 20 minutes. So if you're going to troll, I would subscribe now so that when I come back 3 or 4 hours from now, it would be past the 20 minutes and then you'll be able to comment. Check motherfucking mate. Bow, bow, bow. This is chess, not checkers, nigga. So, but I'm probably only going to keep the video to like 15 minutes. So you can't subscribe later because you might not get a chance to comment. But the next live I'm going to do, give me about 4 hours from now. We're going to do the live. I'm going to set it up right now. It's going to be called Zoom to Thailand is not a black man. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna word it. Dirty Mac is not a black man, something like that. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna word it, but that's gonna be the next fair use. That's gonna be the next journalistic piece. Is Zoom to Thailand that's the title of the show. Is Dirty Mac a black man? That's going to be the title. Because you see, if he's in the WhatsApp groups, that's good. If he's in the WhatsApp groups doing shit like that, that's good. It just proves my point. He doesn't know it, but I know it. It's good. It just proves my point. And maybe he's not, but if he is, woo, boy, that's something crazy. I would be really, really, really happy to hear that. It is really happening because that just puts me one step closer to where I want to be, to bring him down, and coming down. No, Diddy, he will. He will. Mark my words. He will fall before this is over. Yes, he will. And like I said, he brought this on himself. I know people are going to be like, how did he bring this on himself? Well, you just got to watch. You got to follow along. But we know how he brought this on himself. If you've been with me for a little while, you know how he brought this on himself. He brought this on himself and it backfired. You know, it just backfired on him. Because he's a dirty Macker. He ain't a Mac, he's a dirty Mac. Dirty motherfucking Mac. All right, let me get out of here. I'm having too much fun. Talk to you guys later. Peace. 2 fingers.